now in New Jersey. Powered by TAPinto. Brought to you by Lakeland Bank.
Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday, March 22nd. I'm Kristina Behr. Montclair sixth graders will soon have classes taught by police officers. According to TAPinto Montclair, the public schools and police department are joining together for a 10-week LEAD program. That's law enforcement against drugs. It'll be taught by more than 3,000 trained instructors in 42 states, and it focuses on how the youth can make smart decisions without the involvement of drugs or violence. The program will be taught to the district's sixth graders at Renaissance Middle School once a week. Westfield City Council may soon approve designated open container drinking areas. TAPinto Westfield reports the town council is slated to consider a measure that would permit open containers of alcoholic beverages in certain areas of downtown Westfield at certain times. Some executive committee members believe this could help boost business at local restaurants and attract more people to the downtown area. A beloved Newark church is finally back open after 2 years. In-person worship began once again at St. James AME Church after it was suspended in March of 2020 because of the rise of COVID. TAPinto Newark reports there are still some safety measures in place, including allowing only 140 worshipers in the church at one time. Masks are still required in the church too, and the virtual service option that began even before the pandemic took hold is still in place. Up next, an American flag is back in its rightful place thanks to some Fairlawn residents.
My name is Kristina, and I just recently purchased a home. Before working with Lakeland Bank, I was working with another mortgage company. I felt like I was getting the runaround a little bit, and it felt a lot more like buying a car than buying a home. The mortgage representative from Lakeland Bank was very knowledgeable in their field, and their expertise was clear in the conversations that we had over the phone. The home buying process can be very stressful and difficult, and I felt very confident with Lakeland Bank, knowing that I could trust them and that they would be with me every step of the way.
Welcome back. An American flag is now flying high once again at the historic Cadmus House in Fairlawn. As after two concerned citizens noticed it was gone and took matters into their own hands. TAPinto Fairlawn Glen Rock publisher Rebecca Green has this story.
They have a long background with military in the family. Paula's mother was a dispatcher for 40 years here in Fairlawn. I think it was her grandmother. And Ron is an Army paratrooper. Oh, wow. So he was in combat. Yeah. So they're both very young, but they're just terrific, and they're always watching out for that kind of thing because they believe in honor and respect for the flag, for police, for military who served. So it was very important to them. The Cadmus House is historical. It's at our train station here in Fairlawn, and it's a museum. I believe what they discovered was that the flagpole was broken. Oh. And that was a big thing. And the borough was concerned about doing anything with something on historical property. They have to be very careful about touching anything and making sure it's historically accurate. Mm-hmm. So I think that's where a lot of the delays came. But these two, Paula and Ron, they don't take no for an answer. Really, they wanted to do it for veterans. So when it's such a focal point in town that when you go by, you know if it's there, if it's not there. So when it was missing, then it was missing, and people kind of like, all right. But now that it's up again, it's so noticeable. And like I say, they did it without anybody there. They really weren't trying to, get attention for themselves. Mm-hmm. But they're hardworking, good, honest people. And when they want something done, they get it done.
To reach TAPinto's large local audience, visit tapintomarketing.net. Thanks for joining us. This has been Now in New Jersey, powered by TAPinto, sponsored by Lakeland Bank.